Okay, let's bring our palms together and take a moment to appreciate your time that you're taking for your own self. Inhaling deeply and exhaling fully. And then we're going to move onto our back this morning. One of the things that I know I'm sort of sneaking it in here that I'm going to use today is a strap. Um, You can also just hold on to your pant leg, or maybe just take a second right now and grab something that will just help make your arms a little bit longer to help hold on to feet for morning muscles. I also have my blocks handy, but again, you can always use a pillow. We're just trying to find ways to bring your body part or the floor closer to you. So let's lower ourselves down onto the floor, letting the full weight of your body settle into the floor. Let's reach our arms up and over our heads. Make yourself as long as you can, lengthening those morning muscles. Good, and then gently soften your elbows. Let the backs of your arms settle into the floor, and then let's pay attention to our feet. So I've got my feet are active. I'm making lots of space in between each of my toes, spreading my toes out and gently drawing my toes towards my shins. Good. And then I'm going to point my toes away from me. So opening the front of my shins, lengthening and sensing my calves turn on. And then I'm going to pull those toes towards me. So I'm turning on the front side of my legs and lengthening the back side of my legs. Imagine that you can push your heels through the floor if we were standing. Good, and then relax your feet. And let's pay attention to our arms. We're gonna slide our arms alongside of our bodies. And this is a very small motion. Just reach your left fingertips away from you. So you'll feel that sort of stretch, just like we did in our shins and our calves. You're gonna sense the stretch of your flesh in your bicep area, maybe your forearm, as you just reach that arm out of your socket and then let it softly return back into your arm. We'll do the same thing with the right arm. Reach your fingertips away from you, finding it extending out of your socket, stretching that flesh on your bicep side of your arm. Good, and then bring it back. So we're just going to continue that motion. Reach your fingertips away. Good, and pull them back on both sides. This is just a gentle motion, bringing some awareness to the joint, your shoulder joint. Good. And then let's let our elbows fold or bend. And now we're going to slide our fingertips up and over our heads and then bend those elbows back down. So just, again, bringing some mobility to our shoulder girdle. Fingertips reach up and over our heads, and then elbows bend and pull them back down. Hopefully while you're doing this, you're sensing the movement of the muscles on your back body. Maybe you can even feel your scapula making some sort of strange motions, but also you're just feeling that flesh stretch on the front side of your arms through your chest. Move at your own pace. Inhale as your fingertips reach up and over your head, and exhale as your elbows come down. Good. All right, and so now we're going to let both of our hands come up. So sort of like if we were turning our arms into robot hands, and just let your palms touch down to the floor. This might be an awkward motion. You might not be able to get your palms all the way down to the floor. That's okay. And then just roll them all the way open. Touch them down, and then roll them all the way open. We're just sensing the ways that our arms move in our elbow and our shoulder joint motions. So getting that synovial fluid going in our arms. Good. One more inhale up and one more exhale down. Good. And then just find a position with your arms up and over your head. So let's reach through our right leg and our left arm. Our right arm is reaching over our head and our left leg is trying to be as long as it possibly can. You might sense on your left side a little bit of a hip hike.
That's okay. But really reach. Sense yourself opening your whole side body, all of your ribs cage. You're trying to make as much space as you possibly can from the top ridge of your hip to the bottom of your rib cage as your arms reach. Good. And then soften your right side and do the same thing with the left. Again, you might sense a gentle lift in your hip on your right side as you lengthen the wholeness of your left side. Really extend your left heel away, left fingertips reach them as far away from you as it can. Let this be the most delicious morning stretch. And pay attention to softening your belly button down towards the floor behind you. Good. And now let that just be a natural, comfortable motion. So inhale, reaching your right arm and your left leg. And then exhale, come back to center. Good. Inhale, reach your left arm, left leg. Good. And then inhale, come back to center. We're going to do one more on each side. Inhale, reach your right arm, right leg. Good. Exhale, back to center. Last time. Inhale, left arm, left leg. Good. And then back to center. Nice. All right, so we're going to pay attention to our legs a little bit, our hips. Bring your feet together and let your knees go nice and wide. Everybody's body is different, so maybe your knees are splayed and comfortably resting on the floor, or maybe your knees are up here. That's okay. It's everybody's tightness in their groin, their hips are different. So just accept where your body is right now. Let yourself soften your belly and notice if you're doing any holding on in your groin, any tight muscles. And just help yourself create nice long lines here, letting lots of length from the center of your hips to the tips of your knees. Good. And just lay here for a moment, appreciating that openness. And then with your next exhale, you'll draw your knees back in towards the midline. Good. And then inhale, we'll let your knees go nice and wide. And with your exhale, draw your knees in. Remember, when we exhale, we're actively being aware of our belly. So our belly is going to drop down towards the floor. Inhale, open. Good. Exhale, draw it together. Inhale, open. Good. Exhale, draw it in. Nicely done. Good. All right, let's take our feet as wide as our mat. And reach your arms out into a T. And we're just going to do that nice windshield wiper. So maybe you'll notice a little bit of lengthening in the front side of your thighs as you tip your knees to the opposite side. Good. So it's the top leg will create some nice length here. Good. Exhale to the middle. Inhale to create the length. Exhale, actively drawing your knees to the middle. Inhale, reach, create that nice long length in the front side of your arm. Good. Now we're going to add our arm. So as you tip to the right, reach your left arm up and over your head, extending the line from the tip of your finger to the tip of your knee. A nice long line opening up the front side of your body, maybe even getting into that deep psoas muscle here. Good. Inhale. So I'm letting my left arm bend, and here comes my right arm reaching as my knees tip over to the left side. Really big side body stretch through the front of the side, softening your belly here. Good. Elbows bend, switching other side. Again, reaching your left fingertips as your left knee points away from you. One more time to the left side tip, right arm reach. Good. Let it feel delicious, nice and long. Stay if it feels good. And then let that elbow bend and your knees come back to center. All right, here's where if you want to use a strap, grab a strap, have it next to you. And we're going to bring both knees into our chest. We're going to take some time here to rock gently from side to side, massaging the length of our spine. noticing those, that morning low back, any tightness in your hips here, softness in your belly. And go ahead and place your right foot flat to the floor and continue to hold your left knee in your hands. Good, giving it a nice gentle hug and softening your belly button away. And then just with ease, straighten that left foot up towards the ceiling. And again, be aware of the tips of your toes. Let your toes draw down towards your shins, lengthening and opening up the back sides of your legs, but gently. Doesn't need to be painful or straining, just an active motion of drawing your toes towards your shins and seeing the openness on the back side. With your exhale, draw your thigh back into your chest and give your leg a hug. Inhale, reach that leg up, hold with the back side of your leg. Good, and exhale, bring your knee in. Nice. Good, so we're gonna do the same thing with the right side. Bring that right knee into your chest, give it a nice gentle squeeze. Good, and then extend that heel up towards the ceiling, pulling your toes towards your shins. Good, and then exhale, squeeze, let your thigh massage your belly. Good, inhale, let that heel reach up towards the ceiling, actively draw your toes towards your shins, and then again, pull your knee into your chest, heart center opens, and then drive that heel again, opening up the back side of your leg, letting your heart center open towards the ceiling. Good, and here we're letting your belly button, letting your backside drop down towards the floor as you hug that knee towards your chest. Good, all right. So now we're gonna extend that right foot away, and we're gonna use your left foot, and here's where my strap is gonna go over my foot. So I'm actively helping my toes draw towards my shins. My belly button is softening. And I'm gonna let that heel go out to the left side. Again, if you're not using a strap, you can hold on to your pant leg, hold on to your calf, or hold on to the outside of your thigh. We're just gonna let that heel fall out to the side and create that length that we were looking for when our knees were spread nice and wide in that Supta Baddha Konasana, or that butterfly position, creating lots of length here in your groin. And then with your exhale, draw that foot back towards the middle. So inhale, take it nice and wide. Good. Draw your toes towards your shins, keeping your right leg nice and active and strong as a support. And exhale, draw that knee in towards your chest. And now let's take a moment here as you have that strap, or as you're holding with your leg, letting the head of your femur, that big bone here, settle into your hip. Feel yourself letting that femur, or letting that position, or that joint feel stable and supported. Again, being aware of your belly. One more time, take that heel outside to the left side, and then again, sense the head of your femur securely supported in the hip socket. With your next exhale, draw that knee back in. And again, give that knee a nice gentle hug, and we'll send that leg away. We're gonna do the same thing here with your right foot. So if you have a strap or a belt or a shirt, anything to bring your leg a little bit closer to you, or easier to manage. So extend your heel away, and with your inhale, let that foot fall out to the outside. Good. And with your exhale, draw that foot back towards the middle. Remember, we're thinking about where the head of our femur is settled into our hip socket. So in the same way we were moving our shoulder joint, now we're using our hip socket, making that our legs move smoothly in through our hips. So out to the side, and then exhale back to the middle. Good, and again, if you're holding onto your leg with your other arm, just let it fall out to the side. We don't have to show off. This is not, the only person you're here with is yourself. So take care of your body in the way that it makes most sense. If moving out to the too far feels like it's uncomfortable, Don't do that. Pull that back in towards the middle with your exhale. Good, we have 2 more. Taking it out to the right side, extend that heel away, lengthening, sensing the support coming from your belly. And then with your exhale, draw that heel back in towards the midline, paying attention to the heavy weight of your femur settling into your hip socket. And then inhale, take it out to the outside, draw your toes towards your shins. And then with your exhale, last one, bring that foot in, give it a nice hug. Good, squeeze. Excellent. All right. So we're gonna lower our feet flat to the floor, and we're gonna make our way to all fours. So check in, make sure your palms are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. And we're just gonna take some time here to rock slowly forward and back. So exhale is where your hips go back. The inhale is where your chest and your head goes forward. Exhale and your hips go back, lengthening your lower back, letting your tailbone reach towards the floor behind you. Inhale, you're coming forward. Good, so connect here, take your time, just notice how it feels to really pay attention to moving with your breath. So I'm not gonna move forward until my inhale begins and my lungs float me forward. And then I'm not gonna go backwards until my belly button has activated and started to draw my hips back behind me. So really pay attention to how your breath moves you. Let this be part of your routine where you're paying attention during your day to how your breath is moving inside of your body, helping you to take those sort of focused or yoga moments or peaceful moments in your day and connecting with your breath. So inhale, floating you forward like balloons in your lungs. And then the exhale is helping you to stay grounded. Your exhale is helping you to feel the earth. The exhale is helping to bring stability into your day. Inhale, floating forward, finding the airy moments in the day. Exhale, settling back, finding the stability. Good. Now with our next inhale forward, I'm going to bring a block along. You don't need a block, but it might be helpful. Inhale, bring yourself forward, and this does not need to be pretty. Bring that foot forward with you. The right foot is coming forward. Here's where I might use the block, is just to help support where my hands are on the floor. If you have 2 blocks, you can use 2 blocks. You're finding your way to a nice lunge. Good. And then stay here. If you want to shift your weight back, again, this is how your block could help you, is still finding stability. So I can sense that I'm taking myself back into my left hip. I want to take myself straight back into both hips. So that's going to mean that I'm going to pay more attention to my hamstring, right? So listen to your body. Notice where you, like I was cheating. So I took, you see my hips going over to the side. Instead, keep it toward going straight back. It's also going to be a little bit more challenge to the strength of your quadricep. Inhale, come on forward. And here's the exhale, going straight back, opening up that hamstring, lengthening. So we're just sort of continuing with that motion we were doing on our back a moment ago, where we're opening up our hamstring, staying connected to the movement of your hip in your hip socket, getting a stretch through your groin. Good, and then shift back, lengthening, and making sure you're shifting straight back, not like me cheating. Keep your belly button active with your exhale, right? So our ribs and our thighs are coming close together, so we're exhaling, and then inhale, come on forward. Good, that was 3 on the right side. Let's go on to the left side. Again, this does not have to be pretty. However you get there is totally fine. Bring that left foot forward, lunge yourself down. Good. With your next exhale, shift yourself back, lengthening the back side of that left leg. And then inhale, shift forward, sinking your hips down, and be mindful of those little sneaky things that we do to avoid the stretch and the work in our muscles. Shift straight back. Good. Exhaling. Inhaling, come on forward. Awesome. Exhale, belly button draws towards your spine. Straight back and move with your breath. Inhale, bring yourself forward, and there was 3. Nice. Good job. All right. Again, I'm going to make sure that I have both of my blocks. And here's where it's going to get a little bit more challenging. We're getting into now we've warmed things up, and so now we're going to use some strength. So tuck that back foot under and lift that back knee off the floor. So we're in a forward lunge. Here's where the blocks might be helpful or pillows might be helpful to help bring the floor closer to you. Check in and make sure that you feel stable with letting that heel settle into the floor underneath your left knee. Good. Finding that power and strength. And yes, I am trying to distract you as I know that we're both working on our balance and our strength through that left foot pushing through the floor, and the lengthen the back right leg as we open that whole right back leg, sensing maybe the back of your knee, sensing pulling your kneecap up onto your right thigh. Good. So as we have that stability, as we have our left foot pushing through the floor, let's shift the weight into that left leg. So we can bring ourselves up. Good. And keep holding. This is a challenge to our balance. And inhale your arms up. Good. Then exhale your hands down. Nice. All right. So I'm going to ask that we let our right heel drop down. Good. So the right heel drops down, and then let's see what it feels like as we turn it up. So then drop it down, and then turn it up. Good. So one more time, drop that heel down. So hopefully you're feeling a little more stability here. As we bring ourselves up, we're going to take our arms up. Good. And then we're going to exhale and fold. Yes, I know that this is challenging. Good. Inhale, arms come up. Then we're going to exhale and straighten and come all the way up. So our left leg is straight now. Good. Exhale and fold, bending this knee, folding over that left leg. Good. Inhale, lift your arms up. Come on up. I know this is a challenge to your balance. Exhale, straighten that left leg. Good. And inhale, lower those arms down. One more time. So exhale, fold forward, letting that left knee bend. Inhale, arms come up. Good. Exhale, straighten your leg. Good. Inhale, your arms down. Nice. All right. Let's make our way however you can carefully out of this, lowering your knee down, bringing your self back to all fours. Exhale, shift back, child's pose. Good. Appreciate your rest. Inhale, come on forward to all fours. Good. So now we're taking that right foot forward, finding our way into that nice gentle lunge. Good. And remember that tuck of your toe underneath as you drive your heel back. Good. Find that power and the stability. Good. Checking in, making sure the wholeness of your right foot is pushing through the floor. Paying attention to your breath and the strength of your exhale, drawing your belly button towards your spine. Good. And pull your kneecap onto your thigh on your left leg and push the wholeness of your heel through the floor on your right leg, making sure that you're knowing that your right leg is the stable, supportive part of this pose right here. Good. And then remember we did that, let that heel drop down and then let the heel come up. Let your heel drop down and then let your heel come up. Good. We're going to finish here with that heel coming down and my toes pointing more up towards the front left corner of the mat on my left side. Good. So I'm going to inhale and rise up. Nice. Here's that challenge. Noticing those muscles helping to support you. Noticing maybe a little bit of shaking. Good. Exhaling, fold forward. Good. And again, if you need blocks, they're there for you to bring the floor closer to you. Nice. So inhale, rise up. Exhale, straighten that right leg. Inhale, lower your hands down. Nice. Good. All right. So exhaling, we're folding forward, letting your knee bend on your right side. Inhale, arms come up off. Your ribs are lifting off your right thigh. Good. Exhale, straighten that right leg. Awesome. And inhale your hands down. Good. Here we go. Exhaling, falling forward, letting your ribs rest on your right thigh. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, straighten that leg. And then inhale your hands down. Here comes our last one. Or did I already say that? We're just going to do one more. Okay. Exhale, let your ribs fall down. Good. And let your arms rise up. Power through this right leg. Good. Exhale, straighten that leg. Inhale, for sure, this is the last one. But make your way to stepping forward. We're going to lower down, folding forward, relaxing your shoulders. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Take your arms up and over your head and bring your hands down with your exhale. Nice. All right. We have one more thing we're going to do before we close out our practice, and that's taking your feet nice and wide. If you want to, you can have your blocks out in front of you as targets. So I'm going to have your arms reach out nice and wide. And then I'm going to have you take your elbows behind your head and take a moment here to open your chest, open through your shoulders. Good. And then exhale and pull your ribs in, round your upper back. Inhale, open nice and wide. Exhale, feel your belly button draw towards your spine. Bring your elbows towards one another. Inhale, wide, lots of openness through your heart, but keep your rib as part of your torso. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Squeezing, pulling your belly button towards your spine. Good. All right, and then arms back out to the side. So as we exhale, we're folding, right? So we're bringing our belly button towards our spine, touching that hand down towards the block. And I'm going to bend my left knee. Sorry, and for you guys, it's your right. Inhale, bring yourselves up to stand. Good. So I'm going to bend my left knee, or my right knee, your left knee, and cross over. Stretch through your groin, twisting as you open your heart center towards the left side. And inhale back up to stand. Awesome. Here comes again. So twisting, sense your heart center open towards the right side. And then inhale up to stand. Good. We have two more to each side. So four more touching down. Bending your knee, crossing your body, stretching through your groin on your right leg. Inhale up to stand. Good. Switching over towards your right side. Gentle twist. Maybe feel some little pops and motion through your hips. Inhale, open back up. One more to each side. Hi, Wally. Good. Open. Back up. Good, last one. Nice twist. Oh, good. And all the way up to stand. Bring your hands to your hips and your feet together. Good. And just take a moment to do a little bit of a scan. So we did a lot of motion through our hips. We did a lot of nice motion through our shoulders. So notice as you move through the day today, that stability and power through your legs, the openness and security of your ribs as a part of your torso, and your arms nice and mobile. Good, but as always, that your focus remains on your breath. Let your breath help you practice stability and calm throughout your day. So hands together, chin to your heart center. Thank you for practicing it with me this morning. Namaste.